What you doing?
Just taking care of a little bit of work before we go.
Ready to go sailing?
In just a minute. Give me just a minute.
Are you ready yet?
Not yet, just a second.
Okay, you do know you're not in your office, but you're in a sailboat. Are you ready to go sailing yet?
Yes, in just 1 second. Let me just send this email.
Are you ready to go sailing?
Okay, just a second. Alright. Okay.
Can we go sailing yet?
Okay, got that done. Let's go sailing. One of the benefits of being self-employed is the ability to take my work anywhere. I'm not sure that Brian sees it that way, but it is. Because this way, we can actually go to the boat more often, rather than stay at home to work. Today, the weather is beautiful. Brian refers to this as Linda sailing weather. There's enough wind to sail, but not enough to create an uncomfortable swell. We are sailing off the Atlantic coast of Florida, just offshore from Fort Pierce on the Treasure Coast. We like to spend a lot of time out here, setting the autopilot and sailing for hours at a time, about 3 to 5 miles out into the ocean. Just sitting in the cockpit and relaxing is really nice on days like this, and we get to enjoy seeing a lot of marine life. When it's time to return, we lower the sails and motor back to the marina. We quickly learned that we need to watch the winds and the tides. The Fort Pierce Inlet is a decent-sized inlet with deep water. But if you are trying to return to port while the tide is going out and the wind is headed in, the surface of the water can get quite exciting. The current can be pretty strong as well. On our way back today, our top speed on the boat was only 1 knot instead of our normal speed of 6.5. That means we were fighting a current of over 5 knots.
We're moving a whopping 1 knot because the tide's going down.
Yeah.
We've got a horrible current coming out.
As you can see, returning at the wrong time can end up with some strong currents and big waves. But it can also be fun sometimes too. Nepenthe does a great job surfing the white-capped waves with Brian guiding her in. After a few times of discovering rough water in the inlet, we learned to watch the tide schedule and to plan our outings to happen at times when the water wouldn't be as rough. It's summer in Florida. We're rushed back to the marina so that we didn't get caught in the daily afternoon showers. While the boat will perform great in the rain, I'd rather watch the rain from the comfort of the cabin.
I got home from work to find that 2 large boxes had finally been delivered. They were so big that this is all the further Linda could get them inside the front door. I could hardly wait to get them open and get this new boat item assembled. Check it out. It's our first dinghy. Since we are planning on using the dinghy with an outboard motor, I registered it with the state of Florida and delicately painted her registration number on the inflatable tubes. While there are many ways of doing this, I chose to use some stencils with a Sharpie marker. I wonder how long this ink will hold up in salt water. Well, whether this process will work or not, doesn't she look great? New boat toys are always so much fun. So Linda, in the last episode you talked a lot about that really long list of boat projects.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How long was it again?
We went back and looked at it after we said that. It's a long list. Very long.
Very long.
And it's actually digitized. Long.
Yeah, she has it typed in and indexed, and what that means is we've got a lot of stuff to share with you, but we're going to start off with this one right here. When we bought the boat, it actually had a alcohol stove in here. It worked with a compressed denatured alcohol, had an alcohol tank, and it was original to the boat, 35 years old, and it was not functioning. And rather than try to repair something that could potentially start a fire, we took it out, and the place where the alcohol tank was turned into a nice little storage area. And I built this cabinet here. You can see we have a toaster oven and an induction cooktop. And it's kind of cool because I use the same gimbal mount as the original stove. So if we use it when sailing, it's able to move. Now, that only presents one problem because obviously the alcohol stove you can use when sailing and at anchor because it's alcohol, right? It's just fire. But in this case, these appliances require electricity, which means we're limited to either having shore power or perhaps using a generator, if only we had a generator. So, generator...
Hey, do you want me to add that to the list?
You know what? That sounds like a good boat project. Why don't you add get generator to the list, and then perhaps someday when, you know, I'm up sailing, I can get some fresh chocolate chip cookies or something.
Yeah, because that's another list that we have. We only have the list that everything we've done, and then we have a list of everything we want to do, and it's just about as long.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's the update on what happened to the original alcohol stove and why we have this interesting contraption that you see right here.
Today we set out on another adventure. With some stronger winds and seas over 4 feet, sorry to say, it's not Linda's sailing weather. So instead, it's an excellent day to travel the intercoastal waterway and take our new dinghy out for a spin. It is also our first time traveling north on the ICW. That means it's time to go under our first drawbridge. I elected Brian to make the call on the radio to the bridge tender on Channel 9. She is very courteous and asks us to stay clear of the bumpers until the bridge is fully raised. As we travel north on the ICW, we pass many other boats. Some are friendly sailboats, and others are motorboats that like to show off their power by sending us huge wakes. Along the way, we find that there are many spoil islands that were created when the waterway was dredged. Some of them even have barbecue areas with grills and picnic tables. So we're going to go find one, dinghy over, and check it out.
Close
What an amazing day of first-time adventures, because today is also the first time we've left the boat without being tied up in a slip. Doesn't Nepenthe look great at anchor? What a great day it's been out on the ICW, using the new dinghy and visiting an island. Our new dinghy is an inflatable that can be deflated and rolled up and stored easily in a locker on the boat. We also have the option of lifting it up on the bow or towing it behind us. The bottom is soft, and it has an aluminum floor that gets snapped into place. We have a 2.5 horsepower outboard motor that seems a bit slow, but is doing a great job getting us to and from. For the most part, our first time anchoring and dinghying seem to go very well.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Another Beer in Paradise.
Hey guys, next episode's going to be really exciting. We've got some big boat projects coming up, but this time it requires hauling the boat out of the water using power tools and all sorts of fun stuff. You'll love it. Also, make sure, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like the show. It'll really help us out in bringing more stuff to you. But here we go, end of the show. Here's to another beer in paradise.
That tastes good.
Yeah, just another beer in paradise.
I think it's been in the fridge too long. How long has it been on the boat? It tastes sour.
It's nice and cold.